Women veterans f.ighting for new mission fixing Congress. Washington. Amy McGrath's latest campaign ad features a retired Marine Corps captain describing how the congressional candidate from Kentucky dropped a bomb on an enemy compound and turned the tide for us in the 2003 battle for the Iraqi city of Nasiriyah. Mikie Sherrill, a House candidate from New Jersey, talks in her first campaign video about flying missions in the Europe and the Middle East as a Sea King helicopter pilot in the Navy. And New Hampshire candidate Lynne Blankenbeker, a nurse, lawyer and Navy Reserve captain, touted her military service at her January campaign launch, asking supporters if 1 million people in the military can put their differences aside and take care of this country, why can't 435 people in Congress do that? The three are among at least 28 women veterans seeking House seats, and 3 vying for the Senate, in a record year for women candidates. Fixing Washington is their new mission. Marines know we're all on the same team, McGrath, who flew 89 combat missions as a Marine pilot, says in her ad. Congress is broken. We need a new generation to fix it. Within their ranks are 8 Republicans, but most, 23, are Democrats, according to a rough list compiled by the Center for American Women in Politics at Rutgers University. 6 Democratic candidates said in interviews that they were motivated at least in part by the results of the 2016 presidential election or by partisanship in Washington. So many veterans like myself are standing up because we're concerned that our values are under attack, and that resonates with voters, said Sherrill, a Democrat. McGrath, also a Democrat, said the 2016 election left her a changed person. I just felt like we need better political leaders on both sides of the aisle, she said. The fake news, the divisiveness, the labeling of every side. It's wrong and it's not America. The candidates are campaigning on national security, healthcare and immigration, among other issues. House candidate Elaine Luria, a retired Navy commander, said she hears a lot from voters in Virginia about rising sea levels as a national security issue. It's something we need to focus on immediately, said Luria, a Democrat. Meanwhile, Blankenbeker, a Republican, is fed up with a Congress that has a bad habit of resorting to stopgap spending bills or government shutdowns. It negatively impacts our national defense, said Blankenbeker, who balances her campaign with her command of a Navy Reserve medical unit in San Diego. We need to get people in Congress who will pass a budget. From New Hampshire to California, the women veterans are running in districts won mostly by the opposite party in the 2016 presidential election. Their military service, they say, has helped them connect with voters. It's a stamp on the fact that you're not only tough, but you're an extremely hard worker and that you are reliable and mission-driven, said Rachel Reddick, a former Navy Judge Advocate General who is running for Congress in Pennsylvania as a Democrat. 4 women veterans are currently serving in Congress, Sens. Tammy Duckworth, D.L., and Joan Ernst, are Iowa, and Reps. Tulsi Gabbard, D. Hawaii, and Martha McSally, are Arizona, who is running for Senate. They are often considered a voice of authority on issues of military engagement, which is an important breakthrough, considering defense issues and international affairs have generally been seen as a weakness for women candidates in the past, said Debbie Walsh, director of Rutgers Center for American Women in Politics. Military service counteracts underlying questions from some voters about whether women are tough enough to make the hard decisions on issues of war and peace, she said. Politics may be tough, but I think serving in Afghanistan is probably tougher, Walsh said. It really takes that argument off the table for a woman candidate, which I think is a terrific asset. Women veterans are among more than 300 women who filed to run for House, which is a record, according to the Associated Press. Some say they're still trying to make inroads in a male-dominated profession. Reddick, for instance, is among the women running for House in Pennsylvania, which currently has no women in its 20-seat congressional delegation in Washington. You're constantly fighting against the perceived notion that men are office holders, she said. But these women say they have experience as the only woman in a room, or ship full of men. Sherrill recalls occasions when, As a 20-something midshipman, she was the only woman sent aboard an aircraft carrier. "Nothing inappropriate happened," she said, "but in hindsight, why the heck would anyone have thought that was a good idea? Too many times in the service, we don't protect our women service members, which is something that I think just shows how important it is to have women at the table in Congress," she said. No woman graduate of the Naval Academy has served in Congress, but this year there's 3 chances it could happen, with Sherrill, McGrath and Nasiriyah. If Gina Ortiz-Jones wins a House seat in Texas, she would be the first openly gay woman of color from the state elected to Congress and the first woman to represent her district, according to a Teen Vogue profile. Jones served as an Air Force intelligence